My child, do not ignore this moment. Archangel Michael stands at your door with a message that will shake your spirit awake. Heaven has already moved and something powerful is being sent into your life right now. Delay is dangerous, for this message is not for everyone. It is only for you. Listen closely. Everything around you may look ordinary, but this moment is not. There is a quiet shift happening that your eyes cannot see yet. What felt stuck was never forgotten. What felt silent was never empty. The hand of God is stretched over your home, clearing what confused you and lifting what weighed you down. The resistance you felt was proof that something valuable was forming behind the scenes, and now it is stepping forward. You were seen in the hours when no one checked on you. You were heard in prayers you whispered because saying them out loud hurt too much. Heaven took note of every tear and every pause where you almost gave up but didn't. That is why this message found you now and not earlier. Timing is part of the miracle, and tonight the timing aligns. God says, wait. What happens next will shock you. The door you thought was locked is about to swing wide open. The pain you carried like chains around your soul is about to be broken. Someone has been holding back a blessing with their jealousy. But I tell you now, no hand can block what has already been signed in the courts of heaven. Let those words settle, because they are not poetry, they are direction. This is not a moment to scroll past or doubt yourself. Something is already moving toward you with intention. What you thought was coincidence is coordination. What you thought was delay was protection. Heaven does not rush, but it never forgets an address, and yours has been called clearly. Archangel Michael says, you must open your heart instantly because delay could cause you to miss the timing of your blessing. This is not about fear, it is about readiness. When your heart opens, what was circling finally lands. When your spirit agrees, what was waiting steps forward. There are answers forming in ways you did not expect. A conversation, a message, a document, a decision made by someone else without you knowing. These are not random pieces. They are part of one unfolding moment. What tried to exhaust you is about to be replaced with clarity and calm. God says, I buried my son and he rose again. What makes you think your story ends in loss? What looks finished is only paused. What looks broken is only being reshaped. Life is not closing in on you, it is opening wider than before. Pay attention to the small signals. A knock that feels different. A call that lingers in your thoughts. A feeling of peace that arrives without explanation. Heaven speaks softly, but it never speaks without reason. This is not imagination. This is alignment. Archangel Michael says, someone has whispered your name in secret. They tried to shut doors. They tried to turn hearts against you. But tonight, God has overturned every plan, and angels have been dispatched to stand guard around your home. What was meant to slow you down has already lost its power. Do not fear what you recently discovered about others. Jealousy does not stop destiny, it pushes it forward. The pressure you felt was the wind behind you, not the wall in front of you. God says the more they planned, the more heaven prepared. The balance has already shifted. You may feel the urge to question if this is real, but look at your own life. The restlessness, the heaviness lifting, the sudden awareness that something is changing. That was not random. That was preparation. Heaven does not interrupt without purpose. Archangel Michael says, your breakthrough has been released. Not promised, not delayed, released. What carries your name will not miss you. What belongs to you cannot be intercepted. This is not about luck. This is about fulfillment. God says, my child, you have cried enough. I have bottled your tears, and now I pour them back as rivers of joy. What was delayed is now released. What was stolen will be returned in double measure. What was broken will be healed. Let hope return quietly and confidently. Do not rush away from this moment. Stillness is part of receiving. You do not have to chase what is already moving toward you. Stay open. Stay aware. The miracle is not loud, but it is close. Archangel Michael says, this is the hour. This is the word. Do not ignore it. You did not arrive here by accident. Your spirit was guided because this message matches the season you are in. What you feel right now is confirmation, not coincidence. As you move forward from here, carry this knowing with you. The surprise is already on its way, shaped by heaven, timed with precision, and protected fully. When it arrives, you will understand why everything unfolded the way it did, and the ending will look nothing like the beginning. If you wish to express your support further, you can stay connected and uplifted by following me on Instagram for more inspiring content. My beloved, wait. Listen carefully. This moment is narrowed down to you alone. What happened recently was not an accident. Someone you trusted stood closer than you realized, and their actions cut deeper than you expected. But here, this clearly betrayal does not cancel what heaven has approved. It exposes what needed to be revealed and clears the road ahead of you. The weight they tried to throw on you is becoming the foundation of the season you are stepping into. Notice what your body is doing right now. That quick breath, that tight feeling in your chest, that sudden stillness. This is not emotion alone. This is recognition. Your spirit knows when truth passes by. You are not imagining this pull. Heaven speaks in ways that go deeper than logic, and your soul understands the language. Do not drift away mentally from this point. Distraction is the oldest tactic used when something important is about to arrive. Stay alert, because confirmation is close. In the coming days, something small but precise will appear: a call, a message, an unexpected meeting, a sentence spoken at the right time. When it happens, you will remember this moment and realize you were being prepared. God says, do not fear. What is yours cannot be stolen. What I have written over your life cannot be erased. The surprise is unstoppable. Let that sink in slowly. What is meant for you carries your name permanently. No delay, no interference, no opinion can undo it. Lean in just a little more. This is not ordinary encouragement. This is alignment. The blessing you almost stopped expecting is already in motion. Angels are not waiting for permission anymore, they are already moving with purpose. What felt far away is now approaching quickly, and timing matters more than speed. Archangel Michael says, "Open your heart instantly. For every delay you suffered is now being repaid in multiplied form. What you thought was lost forever is returning faster than you imagined. This is restoration with acceleration. What once drained you will now refill you." Pause here and understand this clearly. Heaven is not whispering to a crowd. This message is pressing against your spirit because it marks a turning point. You are standing at the edge of something irreversible. Everything behind you explains why you are ready now, not earlier. Archangel Michael says, "Do not take this lightly, for your entire future is standing at the edge of this revelation." Every unseen tear mattered. Every night you stayed awake replaying conversations, decisions, and doubts was recorded. Nothing slipped past heaven's awareness, not even the battles you fought silently in your own mind. Now the answer begins to move. Not slowly. Not someday. Now. This is why pressure increased recently. Confusion, heaviness, and strange resistance showed up because something was about to break open. Opposition always reacts before breakthrough appears. God says, "Child, you will be shocked at how quickly I turn your situation around. In a single day, I will shift what you thought would take years." Read that again in your heart. Speed is part of this miracle. Momentum is changing sides. You are not losing ground. You are crossing a border. That border separates waiting from receiving. What tried to overwhelm you was reacting to what heaven was releasing. The closer the blessing, the louder the resistance became, but it failed. Archangel Michael raises his sword and declares, "No power of darkness can stand against the decree of God." This is not symbolic. This is authority. What has been decided cannot be reversed. Very soon, something tangible will arrive. Not abstract. Not vague. Something real will touch your life, your home, your routine, your future. It may look like a surprise, but it has been prepared for longer than you know. The door you assumed was sealed has already begun to open. God says, "Wait, what happens next will shock you." Those who doubted you will witness the shift. Those who blocked you will watch access open. Those who walked away will realize they left too early. This is not about proving anything. This is about truth coming into the light. Listen carefully to this next part. Archangel Michael leans closer and says, "Your name has been spoken in heaven's council. Angels have been dispatched on your behalf. What has left heaven cannot return empty. What was released cannot miss its destination. Watch for the signs forming around you even now. A sudden calm. A clear thought after weeks of confusion. A dream that stays with you. Heaven confirms before it manifests. Pay attention without fear. God says, "I am the one who makes rivers in the desert. I turn ashes into beauty. I lift the forgotten and place them in honor." This is not someone else's season. This is yours. Right now. Remember this truth and hold it steady. Delay is dangerous because it invites doubt, but belief keeps the door open. The blessing is unstoppable. The miracle is already moving. Angels are already on their way. This message is sealed for you. Not everyone will feel it, but you did. That stirring inside you is confirmation. Heaven is close. Archangel Michael stands beside you, guarding what is approaching. God says, what happens next will shock you. Those who doubted will see your rise. Those who hurt you will witness your restoration. The noise around you is loud because opposition is desperate, but it is already losing ground. They can feel it before they see it. What heaven has already released is creating pressure around you, and those who moved against you sense the shift. But hear this clearly: what they tried to destroy, God multiplies. What they tried to bury, God resurrects. Your blessing carries a weight they cannot lift and a holiness they cannot touch. This delivery is no longer waiting in heaven. It has already left the throne room, fully authorized and fully protected. Angels are not strolling, they are moving with urgency toward your home, your family, your future. What is coming will not arrive in fragments. It will arrive complete, overflowing, and impossible to deny. Notice why you are still here. This word is not meant for everyone, and that is why your attention hasn't drifted. Your heart keeps racing because heaven is placing a mark on you. You are not overlooked. You are selected. Archangel Michael declares, the scroll of your destiny has been opened. The season of silence is over. Your new chapter begins now. Feel that shift. Something long closed has just been unlocked. Stay with me, because something hidden is being revealed. Someone close to you, someone you never suspected, stood as an unseen barrier. But heaven says their mask is about to fall. Truth does not whisper forever, it eventually speaks loudly. The path that was blocked will clear suddenly, and you will move forward without apology. God says, I am rewriting your story. What was meant to harm you is becoming the fuel that lifts you higher. What was built against you is collapsing even now, and in its place a new foundation is forming: favor, stability, peace, and provision all together. This moment carries urgency. Delay is dangerous, not because the blessing can fail, but because distraction can make you doubt. Angels are already gathering near you. Your name is already echoing in heaven. The surprise has already been released, and it is moving faster than you think. Do not step away from this word. It was not chance that brought you here. Archangel Michael says, your spirit was called here, not by chance, but by divine order. That restlessness you felt today, that sense that something was about to happen, that was preparation, not anxiety. God says, beloved, you have been hidden for a season. You felt forgotten, but you were being protected. What was built in the shadows is about to be revealed, and when it appears, no one will be able to deny whose hand was on it. The unveiling has begun. Listen closely to what is happening beyond what you can see. There is a sound moving through the unseen realm. It is the sound of chains breaking. Every delay wrapped around your destiny is shattering. The weight that slowed you is lifting, and even the voices that spoke against you are losing their volume. Your reaction right now is not coincidence. The trembling, the awareness, the stillness. This message is not for many. Archangel Michael leans close and whispers, *, the package of blessing has already been signed, sealed, and sent. It is unstoppable. Nothing on earth or beyond can block it now. God says, wait, the next part will shock you. Someone connected to you carried secret envy. They smiled while hoping you would fall. But their jealousy became the very reason heaven accelerated your miracle. Their attempts to bury you pushed you deeper into God's presence, and in that place, something powerful was born. Take this seriously. A beautiful surprise is already moving toward your home. Doors are opening suddenly. Favor is chasing you instead of you chasing it. Healing is flowing where pain once lived into your body, your family, your finances. This is not imagination. This is manifestation. Watch the days ahead carefully. A clear confirmation is coming, a message, a dream, a call, an encounter that leaves you quiet because words won't be enough. That moment will be heaven saying, yes, this was for you. Yes, your time has come. Let this truth rest in your heart. You are chosen. You are marked. That is why the attacks were heavy, and that is why the blessing is greater. Archangel Michael raises his sword and declares, *, the atmosphere around you is shifting. Darkness is retreating. Light is taking over. God says, *, beloved, I am about to shock you with goodness. The place of your tears will become the place of laughter. The area of loss will become the field of harvest. What you thought was finished is only beginning to breathe. Slow your breath for a moment. Archangel Michael leans in and says, *, this is not a rehearsal. This is your appointed moment. Your life has been moving like a river under ice, quiet, hidden, powerful. The ice has begun to crack. Pay attention to what comes next. A knock, a message, a call, a name spoken in a dream. These are the stamps of heaven. God says, pay attention to small things. Nothing arriving now is coincidence. The lies spoken against you have lost their power. The whispers saying it was too late, that you missed it, that you were not chosen, those voices are silenced. Archangel Michael breaks them with a voice that shakes the darkness, and what remains is truth moving steadily toward you. You are chosen, and this moment is asking something of you. Not hesitation, not delay, courage. The very lies that tried to cage you are about to become the loudest proof of your freedom. Stay present, because what follows is the center of this message, and it carries weight. God says, what I will do is greater than you expect. Expect doors to open you never knocked on. Expect people to come into alignment with your purpose who once seemed unrelated. Expect money, favor, and reconciliation to arrive in strange and beautiful ways. This is not exaggeration. This is expansion beyond what your mind prepared for. Understand why this feels personal. This word was never meant for spectators. It is not for curiosity or comfort listening. It is for those who are ready to change when truth arrives. If your heart trembles, that is recognition. If warmth rises in your chest, that is heaven acknowledging you. Hold that feeling. It is real, and it is intentional. Archangel Michael warns, do not let pride or fear steal what is coming. Sometimes blessings are lost at the doorstep because people hesitate or doubt. When the sign appears, do not analyze it to death. Move toward it. Open the door. Answer the call. Heaven responds to faith that acts, not faith that waits forever. There is clarity coming that may sting before it heals. God speaks again, revealing truth about someone you trusted. The revelation will not come to wound you, but to free you. Truth can feel sharp, but it cleans what infection hid. When the mask falls, resist revenge. Choose wisdom. Use clarity to reposition your life with strength. For some, healing will come through reunion. Families strained by silence and misunderstanding will feel softness return. Words that once escalated conflict will lose their power. But hear this clearly: not every relationship returns. Some doors close gently to protect what is next. Let heaven decide which doors reopen and which remain closed. God says, prepare your house, not only physical houses, but the rooms of your heart, your thoughts, and your priorities. Clear what crowds your spirit. Forgive where you are able. Set boundaries where you must. The soil must be ready before the seed falls, because what is coming needs room to grow. Timing will matter more than effort in this season. Angels understand human schedules better than you think. There will be windows moments when favor aligns perfectly. When a window opens, move. Archangel Michael says, strike when the iron is hot. Delay in moments of alignment can cost momentum. Do not be surprised if pressure increases briefly. Tests are not punishments. They are the final training before increase. God says, if you withstand this season, you will enter your increase with strength and wisdom. Face what comes with faith, not fear. You are being prepared, not rejected. For those who feel hope has dimmed, listen closely. Hope is not wishful thinking. It is a promise anchored beyond circumstance. God says, I do not forget my promises. I am slow to leave but swift to reward those who believe. Hope will rise quietly at first, then steadily, then all at once. A rearrangement of people is already underway. Some will step into your life to help, to guide, to bless. Others will step out not as punishment, but as protection. Celebrate both movements. Each one is creating space for what fits the next season of your life. Archangel Michael says, protect your heart. Favor attracts attention, and attention can awaken envy. Do not let sudden blessing change who you are. Guard humility. Wear gratitude daily. The true test of blessing is not what it gives you, but what it makes of you. Financial doors will open, but wisdom must walk with provision. God speaks plainly: steward well what arrives. Unexpected increase can either build or burden depending on how it is handled. Invest in health, in relationships, and in the purpose you were born to carry. Heaven multiplies what is managed with care. Do not confuse speed with certainty. Some miracles arrive fast, others unfold gently. Both are ordained. Celebrate what comes quickly, and nurture what grows slowly. Patience does not cancel promise, it protects it. Archangel Michael reassures, I am beside every step. You are not walking alone. Dreams will increase. Pay attention to them. Some are symbols, others are instructions. Write them down. Speak them aloud. Dreams can be the first confirmation of what heaven has already whispered. Someone from your past will return unexpectedly. Not always to stay, but to complete what was left unfinished. When that moment comes, choose courage over old wounds. Let healing lead, and let wisdom decide the distance. Some visits are brief but necessary. God says you will receive a message that changes your plans. Be flexible. The miracle may require a pivot, a different route, a sudden yes, an unfamiliar path. Do not cling so tightly to a plan that you miss provision arriving another way. This season also touches your health. Bodies worn down will feel strength return. Minds clouded by worry will feel clarity settle. Families that felt distant will feel warmth again. The restoration coming is whole body, mind, relationships, and provision together. Archangel Michael now commands you to speak. Say it plainly. Declare alignment. When heaven moves, spoken faith partners with it. Simple words carry authority when spoken with belief. Release regret and step forward lightly. Past mistakes do not own your future. Regret steals momentum, but honesty unlocks healing. God says, I am not limiting your future to your past. What is coming will override old errors and restore what shame tried to freeze. Be gentle with yourself as change unfolds. Transition can feel intense even when it is good. Rest when needed. Celebrate small progress. Every step forward matters. Every movement toward alignment is sacred, and you are walking it well. Archangel Michael holds a torch before you, and the light is steady for a reason. This is not a moment for rushing or fear-driven moves. Walk with intention. Come closer and feel it. The air around you is charged because heaven is speaking directly into your life, not in symbols alone, but in clarity your spirit recognizes. Archangel Michael says, do not treat this lightly. This message was carved for your heart alone. Your spirit knows this is true. Let that knowing guide you. That quiet certainty rising inside you is not emotion. It is alignment. Trust it. God says, what I am about to release will overturn your expectations. When you think of how things should happen, remember my ways are higher. Prepare for surprise, not chaos, divine surprise. Doors will open in places you never searched. Rooms you didn't know existed will suddenly invite you in. Watch carefully for alignment. People and timing are moving together now. Someone will step into your life carrying a key to your next season. They may appear ordinary, but heaven has authorized them to unlock something significant. Pay attention when new faces show unusual favor toward you. God says, wait, the next detail will astonish you. A resource you believed lost will return multiplied. What you thought was gone forever was only repositioned. A relationship you grieved may return, but transformed healthier, wiser, guarded by boundaries that protect your peace. Receive with discernment, not desperation. Archangel Michael warns, watch the small things. They are the beginnings of the large miracles. A brief conversation, a message you almost ignored, a dream you nearly dismissed, these are breadcrumbs. Heaven often leads quietly before it moves loudly. Follow what feels gentle but persistent. Your provision is part of this unfolding. God says, I am opening stores of provision you did not know I prepared. This may arrive through work, relief from debt, an unexpected opportunity, or a gift timed perfectly. When it comes, steward it with humility. Increase tests character before it rewards comfort. Do not be surprised if pressure rises just before release. Pressure does not signal failure, it shapes capacity. Archangel Michael says, endure the pressing and receive the fruit of it. Your character will shine, and with it your blessing. What you carry next requires strength you are finishing developing now. A truth long hidden is about to surface. When it does, confusion may attempt to rush in. Stand still. God says, truth clears the air even when it burns at first. Do not silence truth to preserve a false peace. Let clarity do its work and free you. For some, reconciliation is approaching real healing for wounds you believed permanent. But understand this clearly: reconciliation does not mean repeating old cycles. It means entering a new agreement shaped by wisdom, boundaries, and mutual respect. God says, some doors will close to make way for a greater opening. Do not mourn every closure. Heaven often trades small losses for exponential gain. Trust the exchange even when you don't yet see the upgrade. Archangel Michael commands, guard your words when the storm passes. When blessing arrives, voices will rise, some in celebration, some in envy. Use your words to bless and your silence to protect what is still forming. Let humility be the signature of your increase. Expect confirmation in unusual forms. A song at the right moment, a stranger's sentence, an image that stays with you, these are heaven's affirmations. Keep track of them. They build a trail your faith can follow when doubt tries to interrupt. God says, I will cover you and give you courage to stand in the light. Exposure will not destroy you, it will free you. Let gratitude be louder than shame. Let truth guide your steps forward with dignity. Your family line is shifting. Patterns that passed quietly from generation to generation are being addressed now. Healing is moving through you, not only for your sake, but for those who come after. Speak wellness over your bloodline. Restoration begins with awareness and agreement. God whispers, you will be given unexpected wisdom. Decisions ahead will require clarity, and clarity will arrive as a gentle nudge. Practice listening. Obey small promptings. They compound into the right direction. Archangel Michael says, do not be ashamed of small beginnings. What starts unnoticed can grow into what was always intended. Tend it. Protect it. Give it time. Growth does not need an audience to be powerful. For those who feel spiritually dry, relief is coming. A fresh wind is approaching. Hunger will turn into nourishment. God will meet you in quiet places and fill what has felt empty. Expect renewal without striving. God says, wait, confirmation will come almost immediately after you obey. Obedience unlocks acceleration. When you move on the small instruction, the larger favor follows faster than expected. Expect movement in your work or calling. Stalled projects will resume. Closed doors will reopen with new partnerships. Recognition may come through people who finally see your effort. Heaven often answers prayer through human hands. Healing is also included. Bodies carrying pain will feel turning points. Minds weighed down will gain clarity. Not every change is instant, but direction has already shifted. Hold hope and act wisely. God says, you will see favor where you once saw obstacles. Conversations are happening about you in places you cannot enter. Decisions are leaning in your favor. When doors open, respond with gratitude, not fear. Archangel Michael declares, now is not the time for comparison. Your path cannot be measured against another's. Celebrate others without abandoning your own season. What is meant for you carries a unique timing and weight. A clear nudge to change direction is coming. When it arrives, say yes. Miracles often require an unusual step: a call returned, a meeting accepted, a message sent. If heaven prompts you, move. The torch is already lighting the way forward. Do not shrink back now. This is not the moment to hide or soften your light. God says, you were made for a purpose that requires visibility. You are not being lifted to impress, but to illuminate. Your life will quietly point others toward hope, simply by being honest, steady, and aligned. Step forward with wisdom, not urgency. Some people will return, but not all returns are permanent. Discernment will be your safeguard. A few will come back only to close a chapter with peace, not to reopen old patterns. Let gratitude lead, and let wisdom decide distance. This will keep your heart protected and your future clear. Watch what begins to change at home. Peace will settle where tension once lingered. Conversations will soften. Laughter will feel natural again. The atmosphere around your table will shift, and you will sense it without anyone saying a word. Honor that shift with gratitude, because heaven has touched your space. God whispers again, and this time it feels close. What looked like a setback is becoming a setup faster than you imagined. While you adjust on the surface, things are being rearranged behind the scenes. Even resistance is being redirected for your good. Keep your focus steady during the transition. Archangel Michael commands, declare victory now. Speak aloud. I receive. I open. I embrace the surprise God brings. Words spoken with faith move with authority. They align your inner world with what heaven is releasing outwardly. Release the weight of old shame. God says, I am writing your story anew. You are not bound to an old version of yourself. Even if your voice shakes at first, speak the new song. Heaven strengthens what is offered sincerely. This season will mark you. One day you will look back and recognize this as the moment everything pivoted. Guard it with humility. Steward it with wisdom. Share it with grateful hands, not hurried explanations. Stay present, because this hour matters. Archangel Michael stands watchfully at your threshold, steady and unmoved. This is your moment of reinstatement. Feel the rhythm of heaven aligning with your heartbeat. That calm certainty is confirmation you are not walking alone. A clear sign is coming. God says it will be unmistakable. A color repeating through your day, a word echoing in different places, a number appearing again and again. When you notice it, pause. Give thanks. That sign is heaven's stamp, confirming the surprise is already in motion. Expect relationships to rearrange. Some will draw closer with sincere hearts. Others will step away quietly because their role is complete. Rejoice in both. Those who remain are gifts, and those who leave create space for what fits what is next. God says, wait, the next revelation will change how you respond. When truth about someone surfaces, breathe. Do not react from old pain. Respond from the new wisdom being formed in you now. Clarity will guide you if you allow it. Archangel Michael instructs, protect your peace. Favor brings attention, and attention brings noise. Keep sacred space for quiet, for reflection, for listening. Peace will become the seat from which you steward what is coming. Provision is being restored with intention. What arrives is not only for comfort, but for purpose. Use it to strengthen what was fragile and to invest in what aligns with your calling. Generosity will circulate blessing back into your life, multiplied. An emotional release may rise unexpectedly. Old sorrow will soften into gratitude. Let it happen. These tears are not weakness, they are the river nourishing your new beginning. When the release passes, stand ready to receive clarity, joy, and courage. Do not overlook small obedience. A simple call returned, a door opened, a quiet yes to a small task can unlock momentum. God honors faith expressed in simple steps. Archangel Michael affirms that small courage builds the foundation for great movement. Correction is entering your atmosphere. Confusion will give way to clarity. Where direction felt blurred, truth will act like a compass. Follow it even if it adjusts your plans. This is not retreat, it is rerouting toward fulfillment. Be open to unexpected confirmation. Someone may speak words that align deeply with what you already sensed. Receive with humility. Test with prayer, but do not dismiss alignment too quickly. These moments accelerate what heaven has already decided. Choose peace when truth emerges. God says, let peace be your podium. Responding with dignity will open the right doors and quietly close the wrong ones. Protection and reconciliation will each find their proper place. Creativity will flow in unusual moments. Ideas will come suddenly. Write them down. These are not random sparks, they are blueprints. What you begin crafting now may one day feed, heal, or guide many. Archangel Michael warns, guard your schedule. Favor often appears at inconvenient times. Make room for interruption. What feels like disruption may actually be invitation. Healing will arrive in layers. Some wounds will close quickly, others patiently. Celebrate every step. Speak progress aloud. Your voice partners with heaven to secure what is unfolding. Watch who stands with you now. Some loyalty will be revealed through presence, others through unexpected kindness. Honor those who remain faithful. They are part of your next chapter. Restitution is a theme for this season. What was taken will be returned, sometimes multiplied. Keep these moments stored in your heart. They will anchor your faith when future storms try to rise. Everything is aligning. Nothing has been wasted. What is unfolding now is precise, intentional, and protected, and you are ready to walk forward with it. Let gratitude rise first, because gratitude multiplies what has already begun. Restoration does not arrive alone this time. God says, expect a chain of miracles, not just a single act. One sign will unlock another, then another, until what once felt impossible becomes familiar. Prepare yourself for momentum, because when the first blessing lands, the pace will change quickly and stewardship will matter. Understand this clearly: your story will not end with you. What God is doing in your life is forming a testimony that will lift others. When you speak of it, speak gently and truthfully. Point people toward the source, not toward yourself. Hope travels farther when it is carried with humility. Archangel Michael commands, release scarcity thinking. The economy of heaven is wide and abundant. There is enough for your miracle and enough to overflow into others. What you release freely returns multiplied. Fear of lack has no place in this season. Long-standing obstacles are beginning to loosen. Things that stalled for years will suddenly move. Doors that remained shut through entire seasons will open with little resistance. Persistence paired with faith has brought you here. Keep moving. Heaven's timing is precise, and your consistency has not been wasted. Conversations will begin to heal what silence damaged. Words that once cut will soften. Confessions that once hurt will lead to repair. Sometimes the breakthrough is not found in winning an argument, but in listening long enough for truth to breathe. Let patience be part of the miracle. Do not neglect yourself as blessing accelerates. Your body and mind carry battles quietly. Now they must be restored intentionally. Rest, nourishment, and boundaries are not indulgence. They are preparation. Sustainability is required for what you are about to carry. Archangel Michael declares, honor will come quietly before it comes publicly. A small note, a private word, an unseen recognition will prepare your heart for larger responsibility. Receive these moments with grace. They are training, not coincidence. Be wary of shortcuts that compromise integrity. Some paths will appear fast but hollow. Archangel Michael warns that increase without alignment will not last. God says, I do not only give gifts. I form stewards. What you are receiving requires character shaped through patience. Do not hide what God is revealing out of fear. Humility does not mean shrinking. God says your life is meant to be a lantern. When you step into the light, others find their way. Courage is part of obedience now. Divine appointments are forming quietly around you. Meetings that feel casual will be purposeful. Invitations that seem small will carry connection. Say yes when peace agrees with it. Heaven often hides helpers inside ordinary moments. When doubt tries to rise, answer it aloud. Speak truth until courage catches up with calling. Your words are not empty, they partner with what heaven is already doing. Prayer will remain your anchor as things shift quickly. Keep speaking. Keep listening. Keep aligning. The surprise is nearer than you think. Move with gratitude, wisdom, and courage. Archangel Michael stands ready, not to announce possibility, but to confirm what has already been decided. The atmosphere around you is charged. That weight you feel is not heaviness. It is heaven resting close. Archangel Michael says, do not run from this presence. Stay. Receive. This moment is holy. Let yourself be still inside it. God whispers, I was preparing you in hidden places. Storms shaped you. Silence refined you. What felt like absence was formation. Now the unveiling begins. Waiting has matured into receiving. What is coming to your home is more than a gift. It is a key. One door opening will trigger others. This is why resistance was intense. Opposition sensed what was about to be placed into your hands. God says, what happens next will shock you. Someone who walked away may feel drawn back, not by guilt, but by conviction. You will know by peace whether to let them close again or to bless them from a distance. Wisdom will guide you. Archangel Michael declares, you are stepping into divine justice. What was unfair, taken, or broken has been recorded. The scales are shifting. Expect restitution. Expect reversal. The verdict has already been released. Do not listen to fear's last whisper. Fear only speaks loud when it is losing ground. Replace it with truth. Faith is accelerating what is already moving. Resistance may rise briefly as breakthrough nears. Do not panic. Storms grow loud before they pass. Archangel Michael says, stand firm. Your obedience now is the final alignment. God says, I am aligning strangers to bless you. Favor will come from unexpected directions. What you thought required years will arrive suddenly. Watch the signs. Repeating dreams. Familiar numbers. Words from unfamiliar mouths. These are heaven's fingerprints. This message is personal. Not for many. For you. You were guided here deliberately. The package is already in motion, and preparation is the final step. A new chapter is opening. The heaviness of the last season will lift like smoke. Fresh wind will carry you forward. Restoration will reach places you believed were permanently lost. God says, I make all things new. Nothing is beyond restoration. Archangel Michael reminds you, your miracle is not fragile. What heaven gives cannot be stolen. It is guarded, sealed, and delivered by divine decree. Listen one last time. The surprise is already on its way. It carries your name. It carries healing, restoration, and alignment. And when it arrives, nothing and no one will be able to take it from you. Delay is dangerous. The blessing is unstoppable.